In today's society, making money is the equivalent to being a good hunter. We're not hunters and gatherers anymore, but the same mindset behind it applies. When women say they want the man with the most money, they want the man who can catch the biggest game, who can catch the biggest animal. Never back down from a challenge. Life is a challenge. See, when you was taught as a young boy, you was taught never back down from a challenge. That was specifically pertaining to like sports or getting into a fight with somebody, stepping up to the plate. Let's say you want to be the one who's considered the smartest in the classroom. Anything that's related to putting yourself through some type of tension, resistance to get better was a challenge. But now, in today's age, you got all these excuses. Inflation, women, Western society, Western culture. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. Men have always found a way to thrive. Survive or thrive. I'm here to thrive, not survive. Western culture, Western society, it's a challenge. If we found ways to thrive in the past, historically, men and women have always coexisted. And historically, men have always dominated within their right, within their place, to be leaders, to protect, to provide. Don't back down from the challenge. Don't back down because in today's society, women are rushing to find their place. Women are rushing to find their identity amongst men who have always been at the top. Believe it or not, we will always be on top. But while you're sitting back complaining, saying it's not worth it, I'm gonna go hide in my bedroom at my mom's house. I'm gonna do the bare minimum because I don't care, you do care. That's the challenge you need to step up to. Why are you lying to yourself? Don't lie to yourself. Women are gonna do what they want. Guess what? Women been doing what they want. I'm gonna talk about two things, man. It's all correlated with society. We call it Western society, modern society, Western civilization, Western culture, modern culture, whatever words you want to put to identify what we're going through right now, the chaos, the crisis, whatever you want to use, right? But let me tell you something. Men and women have always coexisted. We've always done things together, whether it was against each other, with each other, whether it seems like we hate each other. It's human nature, right? A lot of people refer to us as a race, a human race, as animals. But we only want to talk about the benefits of it. We only bring that up when it's benefiting us. But when it's not benefiting us, we want to shame the opposite sex. Or we want to look down on society. Or we want to look down on how things are going. If we look at men and women historically, in the past, the men who were the best hunters got all the women. In today's society, making money is the equivalent to being a good hunter. We're not hunters and gatherers anymore, but the same mindset behind it applies. When women say they want the man with the most money, they want the man who can catch the biggest game, who can catch the biggest animal. You can go catch a rabbit. That's only going to feed you. You need to catch the biggest animal that can feed a family. You got all the women. Women, till this day, women still operate this way. They may not say it, but they operate this way. Historically, if we're going to say we're animals, then historically, men and women have always done animalistic things. Only a few men can populate a whole planet. The reason why monogamy is a form of socialism is because it's to prevent men from killing each other, raping women, having sex with animals. Because it will only be a group of men, aka the big bucks, getting all the women, spreading their seed throughout all of the women. Nowadays, what you see on TikTok, social media, all these girls want high value men. Men making 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. And men are just like, man, their standards are too high. But as women rise in their place in society, making money, having careers, not just the traditional stay-at-home wife and mom, their expectations are rising too. Because if she can make $50K a year, and we're not talking about women that's making money on OnlyFans, we know that's a totally different situation, subject. We're not talking about the women that's making millions just selling their bodies and stuff like that. But pay attention to human nature, aka animal nature. We're mammals, right? We're humans. As women rise to make more money, they want men to make more money. See, women gonna always compete against each other, but they use it by their mates. This is why a woman can marry a man and then go have babies with another man. Should we have a law paternity test? Yeah, because I don't think a man should raise a child that's not his. Although women are going to do what they do. But as women get better in society or put themselves in position of power in society, they still want a man that is more powerful than them. They just don't want to be told that. They don't want to be told they're not equal. But as men, I challenge you to step up to the plate. Can you make six figures in today's society? Of course. You can do whatever you want. A man can do literally whatever he wants. A man has to push himself. A man shouldn't be distracted. A man has to hold himself accountable. A man has to give himself the right to make mistakes and then learn from those mistakes. Hold himself accountable and get better. Through his losses, he have lessons. You're going to always deal with women. It's biblical. Solomon, all these men in the past, they've always had trouble with women. What are we going to do? We're going to have trouble with women as a race. Not every man is going to find out his wife is having a kid with another man. The children is not his. His wife is cheated. His wife had 100 sexual partners prior to their relationship when she told him she only had 2 or 3. Not every man is going to go through that. But you would be a fool to think that every man is going to have the opposite of, yeah, my wife's a virgin. My wife only had 2 partners. All those kids are mine. Everybody on this planet is not spreading their seed, guys. And this is where you have to do things for you, not because you trust her as a man or her as a woman because you love her. This is when you guys got to buckle down. See, I'm speaking to this camera like how I would talk to my son. How I would talk to my younger self. I'm being a grown-ass man about this, no filter. I'm not holding back at all. I don't even have to curse to get my point across. We're just going to talk today. If I was talking to my son, this is what I would tell my son. Don't put everything on women, society, other people. It's all on you. Because when anything happens, guess who you still have? You got you. Me, my mentality is, I got me. My wife is with me because she realized she needs to come into my frame and help me get to higher heights. I'm not going to help her do anything. She can either roll with me or she can go somewhere else and get away from me. I'm not going to roll with her because why? I'm a man. I lead. I do what I want to do. This is my show. She can be a part of it or she can watch on the sidelines. What you think my wife chose to do? She watching. But she's watching what I'm doing so she can help. She's not watching on the sidelines. She making sure other women ain't trying to come in here because that's what it is. She know the type of man she have is competition. Women going to compete with who their mates are. No matter if they have a job, if they make 6 figures, 7 figures, they still want the man to at least match them or be higher because psychologically, if you're doing less than her, she's not going to feel in her place that femininity. See, women want men to bring it out of them. You got to be masculine to bring out that feminine in a woman, right? She don't want you to tell her how to do it. She wants you to make her do it without saying, get on your knees and do what I tell you. She wants you to be so divine, so in your space, so in your element. She ain't got nothing to do but follow suit. She asking you, what can she do for you? You need anything else? Baby, you want me to rub your feet? You want me to handle that? See, this goes back historically. We animals, right? When kings had kingdoms, women would rather be a whore to the king who had a wife rather than to go be a wife to a peasant. We are kings, all of us. Every man can have his kingdom, but you got to stand firm. And it doesn't start with telling women what to do. It starts by telling you what to do. Not what you want to do, what you need to do. That's a challenge. Step up to the challenge. When we was younger, we all, I don't back down from no challenge. We use those words so much. Actions speak louder than words. You can talk a good talk, but are you walking that walk? Money this, money that. Man, money is all. Today, making money is equivalent to being a good hunter. The women slept with the best hunters. Women would be in tribes. You come home with 12 fish. She'll be grateful. If she look over there in that other tribe and see that man come home with 5 deers, at nighttime she's going to walk away and go sleep with that man. She might go have his seed and come back and tell you it's yours, but It's in their nature. Guess what? It's in our nature too. I'm not saying men should be running the planet just doing what they want, because it'll be chaos. You'll have 100 men populating the planet. Every other man will be trying to kill those men, kill each other, rape women, it'll be chaos. But it's always been competition. It's always been levels. It's always been who worked the hardest, who has the most status, looks. But one thing's for sure, that's a challenge for all men. And it starts with us. It starts with us. Animalistic behaviors from humans are such. The reason why you can't focus on one thing but all things, first of all, is because we're built to do that. Men are built to focus on how far they can push their body. It's a shame that men pass on without knowing how great, how strong their body physically is capable, or what it's capable of doing. But also, you also should be ashamed that you didn't push your mental, your intellect. We all have good ideas. Trust me, if women have good ideas, men built the world. We built everything. Sex, anything pertaining to sex, guess what? Men have built more tools, more accessories, more products to help us as a race, human race, to keep advancing and move forward. Men invented tampons, men invented Viagra, men invented Cialis, men invented condoms, men have invented birth control, men have invented medicine, everything. The house that you bought for your wife, men built the blueprint. Before it was concrete and cement, it was clay, wood, spit, straw, trees, whatever you can put your hands on, back from the beginning of time to right now, and even when we're dead and gone, moving forward in the future, it's going to continue all the same. It's not in a woman's genetics to really build. It's for her to come into something that's already built and keep it thriving. This is why when you buy a house, a woman makes it a home. When you buy groceries, she can cook you some food. When you ejaculate, she turns your seed into a baby. It's yin and yang, but it starts with us. Step up to the challenge. You quick to go fight. Ain't no more fighting. I told y'all in my other video, masculinity is not about just, I ain't backing down for no challenge. When it comes to physical, when it comes to physicality, when it comes to showing how tough you are amongst another men, it's also about taking action. When something needs to be done, we must get it done. We have to put in the work. That's the challenge. That's the challenge right there. A woman wants to be turned on sexually. Money can't do that. Money can keep us safe. Money brings us stability. She still wants that thrill. Now, I know it's a lot. Men are going to be like, we have to do this. We have to buy this. We have to be charismatic. We have to have character. We have to be confident. We have to be emotionally intelligent. We have to do it all because we are capable of it all. Don't that sound like man of power? Don't that sound like the number one, the ace in the hole, the prize, the breadwinner? Nothing happens unless we make it happen. Doesn't that sound like that? Everything comes with pros and cons. It's not just going to be the pros. Animalistic behavior. See, you don't like when we say we're animals to say, oh, we move in tribes and we stick to our own and this is how men do it, this is how it should be done. And then you turn around and when animalistic behaviors appear or are exposed, now everybody's running into a hole trying to say, run for cover. No. Women have been doing what they're doing since the beginning of time, and men have been doing what men have been doing since the beginning of time, and it's going to keep happening. As a man, don't back down from the challenge. Step up to the plate and rise to the occasion. It's not just money. Money it should be easy. We're going to talk a lot about money. We're going to talk a lot about everything because this is a channel where we talk about things that men endure. You understand what I'm saying? But when it comes to women, first of all, you got to understand how women operate. You understand how you operate. Oh, and I don't want to talk about women. Man, you know how many times I've heard men say that? But deep down, they still talk about women. Oh, it ain't about women. And then they open their mouths and the conversation is about what they don't like that women do. That means you do care about women. You just want to control women. You want to control a woman? Control yourself. Control everything around you. And she'll flock towards you. And she'll just get on board with what you're doing. See, you can sit back and make excuses. Everybody loves to make excuses. It's like coping. We don't cope. That's a challenge too. Stop coping. Step up to that challenge. When it's a problem, find solutions. Step up to the challenge. When they say it's time to grow up, that means you should have been grown up. Whatever you did in the past is why you're where you are now. Hold yourself accountable. Step up to the challenge. Let's do something better to get better. See, we could talk about this all day. But the thing is, step up to the challenge. Don't make excuses. Don't blame nobody. Everybody can't have, but the problem is everybody's saying everybody can't have. We don't have enough people trying to have and actually ended up having. It's cope. Step up to the challenge. Don't cope. Go find a solution. And when you find a solution for that problem, go find another solution for the other problems, because it's many more to come, and it's already a table full of them you got right in front of you. While you eating at the table, you can look left and right. It's plates full of problems. Find solutions. Get busy. Masculinity, man, you stay busy, dog. Men stay busy. We don't chill. What they call it, incel? It's so easy to chill. Play video games, smoke weed, jerk off, masturbate, watch porn. You wouldn't rather go have sex with a woman? You wouldn't rather go make some money? You ain't got to buy a house. If you ain't got no family, if you're not married, yeah, you ain't got to buy no house. You don't want to have a little condo, a little apartment. If you're still at home with your parents, flip it to the point where your parents are home with you. That's masculinity right there. You don't live with your parents no more. Your parents live with you. You took over everything at the house, if not the majority. Now guess what? Mom and daddy want to help you thrive. Or mama or daddy, whatever the kid, grandma, whatever the situation is. You know, we're not here to knock, but we're here to talk. Step up to the challenge, man. Western culture, Western modern society, Western society. Man, men are men. We're going to be men now as we were men back then, and we're going to be men in the future when all of us that's men alive right now, we're all going to be dead. It's still going to be men walking the face of the earth. Yeah, you're going to deal with emasculation issues. You're going to deal with people getting over you. We've been dealing with that. Tribes, civilizations, it's been like that. Hunters versus hunters. You think big game hunters in the past wasn't battling for that piece of meat, that animal that was roaming? Everybody was tracking the same animal. Some hunters shot other hunters to make sure they didn't take the kill home to their families. I'm taking this home with me. If I got to kill you and keep tracking that animal, that's what I will do. And in the end, I might end up with your wife. It's cold-blooded, isn't it? Man, we ain't got no excuses. See, we want to bring down how life is, not to make it chaotic. It's not chaotic anymore. Right now, we're just not doing anything. Monogamy is there for socialism. They don't want men running around. They don't want a LeBron James or Chris Hemsworth or Jason Momoa, Elon Musk, whoever of high status, high resources, attractive, turn women on, make her wet, because money won't do it. Money will buy everything she wants, but who gonna make her wet? They don't want those small group of men running around having sex with everybody's wife. Okay, it's still happening, but not at the level it could be. So it's not chaotic. We just ain't doing enough. It's a lot of things. If men was really men, man, we wouldn't even be having problems. Communities, kids won't, man, kids will forget thinking twice. Kids won't think about it at all. You're 7 years old, 8 years old, committing crimes. Where your father? Okay, he not around. Where is his father? He wasn't around too. You see the pattern? When men gonna be men? See, it's easy to be a father. It takes a man with masculinity to be a daddy. A father busting nuts. A daddy raising his seed, not another man's seed. His seed first. See, step up to the challenge. We running from them challenges. See, them fighting challenges and shit talking and all that, that's easy work. We've been doing that. A 7-year-old can go pick a fight with a 7-year-old. A 7-year-old can't raise his family, his mom, his dad, his sisters, and the 2 dogs outside. He can't do it. He watching daddy do it. That's masculinity right there. If it just had a father, his father wouldn't be around. He'd be committing crimes. He'd be exposed to a lot of things. And you can still do that with your daddy around, but you know, a masculine man in a household does wonders. 2-parent household does wonders. A woman swimming in her feminine energy around a man that's masculine, know where he's going because he know where he's been. And he got it mapped out. And he's flourishing. That's going to thrive right there. That's not going to survive. That's going to thrive. That's a recipe for success. Now, one time did I say anything about being rich when I said that? See, it ain't about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. Everything is how you do one thing, is how you do everything. Bro, if you can't control yourself, you can't control your bank account. If you can't control the decisions you make, you can't control what you do around women. They're going to be turned off, walk away, shit all on you, treat you like trash, not respect you. They're not going to see you as somebody who can be a daddy. They're going to see you as just another father. You can bust a nut in her and get her pregnant, and you will leave her right on the street. You can't take care of yourself. How you going to take care of her? Animalistic behavior. We call those cowards. You think women get turned on by cowards? Nah. She gonna go find that big game hunter. She gonna go find a man that turn her on, and also he can feed a whole family. He ain't coming home with a rabbit. He coming home with a bull, a cow. Not necessarily the animal. I'm talking about the size of the creature. He catching something that can feed them for days, and she gonna give him sex for days. You understand what I'm saying? Step up to the challenge. You guys always talking about women. I don't even talk about women that much, but we're going to talk about accepting women, females' nature. They going to do what they do, man. Y'all better stop that. Stop that now. Some of y'all protecting y'all sisters. Y'all sisters doing a lot of whore-like behavior while y'all ain't looking. And if a man comes over and still try to check her, what you going to do? You're going to have her back. You ain't going to sit up there and just call her a whore with him. You're going to try to fight him off. That's what type of woman you might end up marrying. Her brothers fought off her boyfriends and her husbands that found out she was acting like a whore or doing whore-like behavior. Why do we call them whores? Because it's easy for a woman to have sex. It's not impressive. They can do that whenever they can just walk outside and somebody will be able to. Because men, we don't operate. Men and women are not the same. We're not the same. But you want a woman to cooperate, man, you got to have an operation that she can see and she just can't resist. She don't want to. You're the prize to her. She don't want to lose you. She worried about other women coming to take you from her. What they say, women don't want something somebody don't have. Once a woman sees a man with another woman, see him married, now she wants to see what's going on. She wants to see what makes him so valuable because she knows something makes him valuable. It's the same way, man. It's the same way. Step up to the challenge, man. Step up to the challenge.